Hey everyone, welcome to the Saturday Night Live. So, just got a few things to cover tonight. Not drinking tonight. Tonight we are enjoying a nice Alani. Because I have a little indigestion, so don't want to drink any bourbon or any alcohol. So Mrs. Guru shared an Alani with me, which is nice. All right, before we get too deep into it, I just want to give a big shout out to Mr. B's Jerky. In case you guys didn't know, in Southington, there's a small jerky shop called Mr. B's. Now, Dan is a friend of mine. I've known him for years. And unfortunately, I was supposed to shout him out last week. I forgot. But Dan had the most amazing apple pie jerky. It was so good. That being said, he's got his regular jerky available year-round. Unfortunately, apple pie has been discontinued since last weekend with the end of the Apple Harvest Fest in Southington. So if you're interested in some jerky, some quality, tasty products that are local, go to Mr. B's Jerky in Southington. I suggest you try the Easy Chew. It is absolutely delectable. And also, I was talking with a friend of mine, Diesel. He is a USCCA rep. Work with him every weekend. And he, can take care of the USCCA and insurance and all that good stuff. But he was asking if I want to do some mini classes. And we offer those every now and then. They have been lately far and few between. But we were talking about maybe doing classes like Gear and Gadgets or Protect Your House of Worship, which is a new class. Building a bug out bag, which is interesting. The curriculum for that is basically in a beta. I do have it, and it looks promising. Or we could also do something like a personal and home protection plan, or whatever you want. So let me know in the comments section whether you're watching this live or you're watching this later on. I'll probably also throw a poll up to see if you guys are interested in anything. Just let me know. These are great little classes. They are generally free, except for the one that we usually teach using a lawyer, because we have to pay a lawyer. Thus, that class is like $10, and that's usually should I or should I not shoot, or legalities of things like that. So, let me know what you guys think. I think the curriculum is pretty awesome. We can also do a kids class. I am one of the certified instructors in the state of Connecticut to teach children's firearms safety for the USCCA. So, let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to Diesel and we'll work on it. But of course, like I always say, hey, like and share this live stream with everyone you know. You can always become a member here on YouTube or Patreon or Locals, and we do try to do some extra videos behind the scenes, things like that. At the very least, guys, just like the video. Throw a comment in there if you really want to help. Do a super chat. Those are awesome. At the very least, just subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Can't pull it out right now, but remember what I said. If we hit, I shouldn't say if, when we hit 5,000 subs, I will do a massive giveaway, and that will be, it's down here, and I can't pull it up because I'm sure YouTube would nuke the channel or at least demonetize this video. We will be giving away a 20 millimeter cannon barrel. It is just basically a tube of metal. So don't get your panties in a twist, YouTube, and F off to your algorithm. It is just a 20 mic metal tube. So if you're interested in that, and no, I will not be mailing it to you. That will probably have to meet up in person so I can give it to you, because it is extremely heavy. It is cool, though. I don't know where you would get one other than someone like me. It is a leftover from my naval career. So let me know if you guys want something like that. We got to hit 5,000, and then we'll we'll do something special like that on a live stream. Of course, we are currently giving away the black Glock grips. So let me know if you want those. It comes with a couple of patches. And I got to take a look to see if anybody won the checkered ones. I don't think so. I think we're doing both of these at the same time. So last video, I saw a couple of people pop their heads in, but we're doing these. Some patches, checkered grips for the 19, 23, 25, 28, 32. And then, of course, we've got just standard black ones from GlockGrip.com. You will get a one in the chamber patch, a Goals 2025 patch, and a Magpul Kids Johnny B. Memeing sticker. It's like an old garbage pail kid. So we got those up for grabs, guys. Just let me know. We'll ship them off. The other ones that we gave away, I shipped off last week, and the people that got them should have gotten them Friday. So yesterday. I don't know. It's the fucking snail mail, guys. I have no control over it. I did send them priority, though. So no cost, guys. You win them and I send them to you. I got them to give away. That's kind of the point. So let me know. All right, let's get into the usual rigmarole. All right, so let me just move things around. And we're going to jump to this right here. Let me pull it up. It is the Bonfire merch store. This is the best place to pick up merch. There are two merch links, but the one for Bonfire by far is the one that has been a little nicer in getting things out. Our latest one is called the Navy Way. And, well, if you read the back, it says it's not gay underway, it's only queer at the pier. That is probably one of the most Navy things ever said. Of course, we have a shirt for the Guns and Coffee page, Freedom Through Violence, 556, which is that one, Guns and Ammo, which is everybody's favorite. And there's just a bunch in there, Dead Inside but Caffeinated, Disabled but Deadly. So if you are a combat wounded veteran, that's probably one for you right there. Houthi hunting season, Stay the Course, Course d'Ortad, KFCs, How I Feel About SLFU, and Knowing's Half the Battle, the other half is Violence. And there's tons in there. They all have sweatshirt options, things like that. So, by all means, get into the merch store, buy some merch, and help support the channel. All right, that's enough of me shilling for that type of stuff. All right, let's break into some news. This is kind of important. This is dealing with the government shutdown. All right, and this is coming from the New York Post, so there's probably ads popping up everywhere. But we all know the government is currently shut down. And it is what it is. It's out of our control, okay? They keep voting to open it. Then other groups vote no. We want to pay troops, and then the other side says no. And it's a headache. Well, one of the things that happened was, obviously we know all the alphabet agencies pretty much shut down. And I did a video on it prior. The ATF is still open with a skeleton crew, and they are processing your 4473 and your NICS check. So you can still go out to your local FFL, and as long as you have all the applicable documents, driver's license, permit, etc., for whatever state you live in, you can purchase tools. And it will go through and you'll get them. We were selling them today, not a big deal. The big one was the NFA department was shut down. They were not processing whisper pickles or shorties or anything else. So everybody that was purchasing these items, and you were doing your Form 1s or Form 4s or whatever you're doing, you're submitting all that paperwork, and, well, it was just going to limbo. So currently there's a backlog. And rumor has it that they're going to open soon. So we have this article right here. The government shutdown puts gun ownership at risk. House Republicans warn. What are they talking about? A group of 30 House Republicans are raising alarms about how the government shutdown is impacting gun owners across the U.S. Ben Klein, Republican from Virginia, led his colleagues in a letter to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Thursday, urging the acting director to reclassify certain employees as essential workers, warning that current parameters are leaving many gun owners' applications for certain items in limbo. So we're talking about NFA items. As a result of the Democrat-led shutdown, ATF, like most federal agencies, is operating at a reduced workforce. Fuck, I can't read. And the Democrats continue to fight for benefits for illegal aliens, constitutional rights of America, blah, blah, blah. We get it. Okay. I'm not going to read propaganda and all that from the freaking New York Post. But the GOA has come out. This is for immediate release from yesterday, Washington, D.C. GOA announced that the ATF will recall its National Firearms Act, the NFA examiners, to work starting Monday, following 17 days of relentless pressure from GOA members and our allies in Congress. ATF anticipates that the backlog will be cleared up within 7 to 10 days. So if you are waiting on one of your special items, well, it's going to take about a week and a half or so, and you should get your approvals in. During the current government shutdown, the ATF furloughed all NFA processors, putting all private citizens' applications for NFA-regulated firearms on hold. This breakthrough ends the unconstitutional delay on Americans' Second Amendment right to purchase and transfer firearms regulated under the archaic NFA, a battle the GOA has fought since day one of the shutdown. Eric Pratt, Senior Vice President, issued the following statement. We are grateful to the Trump administration for recalling NFA examiners to work during the shutdown, ensuring that law-abiding Americans once again exercise their rights without unnecessary government delays. The whole situation just proves exactly why Congress must repeal the archaic National Firearms Act. There are current lawsuits going on about this, guys, by the way. Gun owners shouldn't be forced to beg the government's permission to exercise their rights. Remember, guys, when it comes to your gun rights, a right delayed is a right denied. So that is my opinion on that. Goes on to say that Aiden Johnston, director of the Federal Affairs, issued the following statement. This is a historic win for gun owners against years of ATF tyranny and discrimination against NFA firearms. The Trump administration is recognizing the right to own suppressors, short-barreled rifles, and other NFA items as essential, whereas during past shutdowns, only law enforcement and government entities could have their NFA transfers processed. GOA spokesperson are available for interview. Oh, I'm not reading that. It's blah. So that's coming out of the GOA. That's awesome. Well, the NSSF had to throw in their 2 cents too. Now, we all know the NSSF is, well, a lobbying group that we recently found out has been targeting us, gun owners, politically. Granted, they're probably just saying, hey, vote for this candidate or whatever, but I don't like being targeted politically at all. But that's neither here nor there. So the NSSF, which is Connecticut-based, and they run, like I said, the SHOT Show in Vegas every year, they jumped down and said, well, we understand the operational challenges that arise during a lapse in federal funding, the complete concession of commercial imports and processing of NFA items represents an infringement on the Second Amendment rights of law-abiding citizens, or law-abiding Americans, said Lawrence G. Keene, NSSF Senior Vice President and General Counsel. American Second Amendment's rights cannot be suspended because Congress has failed to fund the federal government. Suppressors are illegal to own in 42 states. They are illegal in Connecticut too, guys. And are used in over 3 million law-abiding gun owners. Or used by 3 million law-abiding gun owners. That figure continues to grow annually. Suppressors are critical to preserving hearing for hunters, recreational shooters, and range personnel. You guys can correct me if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is illegal to hunt with a suppressed rifle in Connecticut. I think it's going to be loud and obnoxious. Continued processing of Form 2 manufacturers and import notifications is critical to ensure the National Firearms Registry and Transfer Record, the NFRTR, remains up to date. To allow the transfer of newly manufactured imported NFA items throughout any shutdown period, blah, 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 blah. So they're saying, hey, government, this is important. Well, guess what? The GOA did it. The GOA got her done. So if you guys aren't already members of the GOA, you really should. You should join the GOA, Second Amendment Foundation. Even though we live here in Connecticut, for most of you, and I always say, hey, you should join the CCDL because they're local. And the NRA really doesn't do anything. Yes, I am an NRA member. I am also an NRA instructor. Thus, I need to be a member. But the NRA is, well, honestly, I think it's just a FUD organization. The CCDL, they're there. I think I'm going to do a standalone video when it comes to this. Mainly because I've had my moments of problems with them as of late. So we'll get into it in a different video. So Josh, if you're watching this, I know I said I was gonna lambaste them, but I think I want to really cobble together some things and do a standalone video and really blast them. All right, so for you guys that were watching, yeah, I know you were stuck on the last screen, but here's the NSSF blurb. Sorry about that. OBS is being OBS. All right, let's jump over to this. This is coming out of the Hartford Courant, and I thought you guys really should know this. I'm going to make sure the capture is running properly. The 5th annual Connecticut gun buyback and gun safe giveaway. It's coming up. Let's see where it's going to be, guys. I love me some annual gun buybacks. They are a farce. The 5th annual hashtag Keep Kids Safe Connecticut statewide gun buyback and gun safe giveaway day has been announced according to the Newtown Action Alliance Foundation. And if you don't know who they are, they're an anti-gun group. Of course they want the buyback. They are not friends of you. They're not friends of ours, guys. Friends of yours, friends of mine. No. They are anti-gun. Newtown Alliance is garbage. All right, residents will be able to exchange their operable guns on Saturday, November 1st for gift cards, with prices ranging depending on the gun, according to the website. So if you've got an old gun just laying around that's pretty much useless, and you're like, you know what, I'll get me a gift card for it. Yeah, no, it's got to be operable. So good luck with that, guys. You can't buy junk guns and then try and sell them for a profit. Now, what are they selling? Well, what are they paying you? Well, let's see, right here. You got $200 for assault weapons. And I don't want to hear it from you about the term assault weapons. It is not my term. I understand that assault weapons don't exist. But in the Connecticut General Statute, they have the term assault weapon. Thus, there's a definition. Certain guns in Connecticut fall into that category. So in the eyes of the state, it exists. It is a thing. Good God. I know some of you aren't going to beat me up about it, but some people are going to lose their minds in the comments. And, well, did you know that yesterday somebody out of state literally called Lock and Load Firearms in Southington to rant and rave that good Joshua used the word assault weapon in one of his videos? Well, that's because, like I said, Connecticut has the term with a definition, thus it exists in the eyes of our state. It's a thing. I know it's a made-up thing, but it's a damn thing. All right, per Connecticut Summary of Gun Laws to be determined by police, no newly sawed-off shotguns sold. So that's committing some felonies right there. Assault weapons, guys, that would be your ARs, your Connecticut others, your SBRs if you have any. That would also be your handguns with threaded barrels. There's a whole list of things that put a certain type of firearm into this category. And if the state of Connecticut or the Newtown Action Alliance Foundation really thinks that I am going to give up one or both of my SBRs, which I can't buy anymore. It's I got grandfathered in like many of you, and there's just I can't just go buy another one. $200. $200. I've got things on my SBRs that are just attachments that are over $200. And you think I am not selling that type of gun for $200. You gotta be out of your damn minds. $100 for pistols and revolvers, aka handguns. Again, I'm not getting rid of any of my guns. Okay, you said operational. Okay, if it's operational, it's good for me to use. It's good for me to have it at the house, shoot at the range, practice with. Not going to happen. $50 for rifles and shotguns. And of course, $25 for single and double shot Derringer style handguns and any type of black powder guns. Like I said, black powder guns. Because if it's black powder, technically, it's not a gun. It's not a firearm. It's just a thing. You can buy them without permits. A flintlock. It's black powder, guys. It's not a rifle. According to their website, gift cards will be exchanged for operable guns while supplies last. Additionally, guns must be transported in the trunk of a car, and non-working guns or black powder weapons, there's the W word, flare guns, ghost guns, pellet guns, BB guns, and ammunition magazine clips are not eligible for gift cards, but may be turned in. Okay, let's break this down, guys. Black powder weapons. I'll concede it. You want to call something that's a black powder gun a gun? Fine. It's a weapon. Okay. If you know the NRA curriculum when it comes to firearms training, they scream and yell and rant and rave. Do not use the word weapon because of its negative connotation or because it's too aggressive. I have a bad habit of using the word weapon just because of the military. All right. Flare guns. Ghost guns. That's illegal. A ghost gun is illegal. Absolutely 100% illegal, not just at the state level, but at many other levels. So, and of course, magazine, no comma, clips. So to me, they're saying magazine clips. Not magazines and clips, because they're two different things. We all know that magazines go into semi-automatics. It's all-encompassing, etc., etc. Clips, like moon clips, are used for speed-loading revolvers. Or you have a clip like an M1 Garand would take. That famous, notable ping when it's empty. Those are clips. The modern handgun, modern rifles, things like that take magazines. Not a magazine clip. So I can tell that this portion was most definitely written by someone who doesn't know shit about guns. Just saying. Moving on in the article, it says, the event is 100% anonymous, according to their website, with no ID required and no gun shop owners. Guns can be turned in at the following locations, according to the Newtown Action Alliance Foundation's website. Danbury Police Department, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Guilford Police Department, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hartford Public Works, 9 to 3. Meriden Police Department, 10 to 1. Newtown Police Department, 10 to 1. Norwalk Police Department, 10 to 1. Stamford Police Department, 10 to 1. And Waterbury PD Training Center, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Individuals with valid pistol permits can also visit the following locations for a limited supply of free pin code gun safes, according to their website. And guys, I know what you're thinking. You know what? You might just show up to one of these locations trying to buy yourself a gun and give that other gun owner a pretty damn good deal on a gun. You can't do that, guys, unless they're willing to drive to an FFL and do a transfer. But this is Connecticut. Okay, don't go there trying to purchase some stuff. It probably would end bad for you, you know. And the problem with this is you got someone that inherited a bunch of guns from, you know, dear old grandpa, and they got no idea what they have, you know, and then they show up to this and they're like, oh, I'm just going to trade them in for some gift cards, you know, and they're turning in, you know, like a Sten, they're turning in like a really cool grease gun or some really gnarly stuff that, you know, you're technically not supposed to have for $200, if that. I've seen plenty of videos online, I'm sure you have too, where some, you know, dipshit shows up and he turns in some rad guns that you and I would just absolutely die over, just to touch, just to have the chance to shoot it. And they're just like, yeah, you know, my grandfather had it. I'm not really into guns, so I'm just going to get rid of it. You know, I saw one where a guy got rid of a gun worth like, I think he got like $100 gift card, and the gun on an open market, like on Gunbroker, is somewhere around $80,000, and he traded it in for a $100 gift card. I wanted to reach through the screen and choke him. That's just me. Other locations where it will be available: Cheshire Police Department 10-1, Connecticut Violence Intervention Program in New Haven 10-1. It's one of our lovely anti-gun groups the state supports. New Britain Police Department 10-1, New London Police Department 10-1, Plainfield Police Department 10-1, Trumbull EMS 10-1, and Waterford Police Department 10-1. That's going to be the end of the article. I'm just curious. No messages, no comments in it, but yeah, that's coming from the Hartford Current, guys. November 1st, gun buyback. So I guess if you have some unwanted guns, I guess there you go. There's a buyback. I have no idea why you would want to sell your guns, but it is what it is. All right. In case you guys did not see this, I posted on Facebook this quick little video, and the comment section is absolutely insane. I'm going to play it for you guys in case you didn't see it, and in case you don't follow me. If you want, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Truth Social, or any other of the social media platforms, it is going to be under Gun Guru Actual. So, here we go. I'm going to turn up the volume and hit play, and then I'll pause it and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. So, it's just that, and it plays over and over and over. It's got 3,000 likes. Comments are insane, guys. Absolutely insane. People are arguing over the vapor trail. I want to make sure you guys can see this. Vapor trail pushed his soft tissues as it went by. And then people are arguing, no, it's an optical illusion. It's a mirage. Blah, blah, blah. Bulletproof buck. Game wardens. Calumnio was kind of funny. Aim small, miss small. That's where the rabbit gets hit. He missed. Just an optical illusion from the cavitation. That deer is something not Charlie. We're not getting into that one. Light being bent by the subsonic wave of the bullet, missed by a hair. Finally, something observing of a soy face reaction. Tell me the velocity of the bullet. Move the flash or something without actually hitting. Listen, guys. This is just a clip that I edited. I thought it was funny. The bullet misses by that much, and the deer has 0 F's to give. Bullet zips by and he just stands there staring like, what? And the comment section, you guys are insane. Some people were just making cracks. Some people were joking. But you know how many people were arguing? And this isn't like a small viewed video. This one I think has, last I checked, we're at 3,000 thumbs up. I think it had close to 300,000 views, and between this and Instagram, and y'all are too much, just in there arguing left and right about, bro, it's a video of a bullet missing a deer. It's bad luck. Y'all are too much sometimes. I thought it was funny, guys. I didn't realize just putting up a goofy little video would start such a shitstorm like that. But I digress. We'll move on. I thought it was funny. If you want to watch it, Gun Guru Actual on Facebook. I know I use Facebook. Not in a Snapchat. Do Instagram. Truth. Do X a lot. So there you go. Follow me there. All right, let's get into this from the post-millennial. This is going to be kind of playing into what's going on today. So in case you guys didn't see, one of the big gun control advocates of Don Lemon urges black and brown people to arm themselves against ICE. Literally, he said, because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen, isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? I can't make this stuff up. So you got that going on. And then, of course, Wisconsin man arrested and charged with threats to kill ICE agents after viral TikTok videos. That's that bozo right there. All right. Kenosha, Wisconsin, a man was charged with threats to assault, kidnap, and murder a U.S. official over videos posted on TikTok in which the suspect, 38-year-old Andrew Stanton, threatened agents and immigration and custom enforcement, as well as U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, according to prosecutors. Pretty sure Don Lemon just said the same thing. But they're not going to go after him because, high profile and all that. Prosecutors said that on August 26th, yes, it's older, the Southwest Wisconsin Threat Analysis Center had received a tip from Wisconsin Statewide Intelligence Center that there was an individual appearing to be stunt making threats on TikTok aimed at soliciting Israeli personal information. The text in the video reportedly said, "Do you have the known whereabouts of Israeli flag, IDF members, blah, blah, blah." While the accounts and statements were posted was removed, prosecutors said that they found additional accounts believed to also belong to Stanton that contained similar rhetoric. So that's the bozo right there. And that's coming from libs of TikTok. Wants violence against ICE and fantasized about looting the bodies of the dead ICE agents and wants cops dead. He has been arrested. Bro, life is not a video game. You don't boop the dude and then loot their bodies. Jesus. That's not how it works. All right. This is going nuts. And of course we come to today. So we have this going on and it's a constant. Because right now currently in LA, we had Newsom say, a governor signs a law that says the ICE agents can't wear masks. His police can, LAPD can, but not the ICE agents that are working in California. And the ICE agents and the government are like, no, we don't want them to be doxxed because there are threats. And Newsom's like, don't care. Don't care. And there you see, people are actively threatening to hurt, kill, maim, kidnap ICE agents. And I've talked with a few people online. They're like, I can't believe people voted for this. Is this what you voted for? And I respond with, yes. Let's close this ad right here. Antifa calls for members to embed with the No Kings protest, that's going on today, to show them what anti-fascism really looks like. So I saw reports throughout the day that Antifa, right here, you can notice them through Black Bloc. If you don't know what Black Bloc is, that will be a black hoodie, black mask, black jeans, black shoes. They wear everything black, and they all look alike. They got their little bicycle helmets on. This way, when they go do nefarious things and the police arrest them, when they get to court, they can argue, well, what was I wearing? Well, you were dressed in black. Well, was anybody else dressed in all black? And they'll be like, well, yeah, everybody was. Jury, how do you know they got the right man? You don't. They're all dressed the same. Let them go. It's all part of the plan, guys. You got to know how they operate. So Antifa, remember, is a terrorist organization now. And they've been posting flyers about the ICE facility in Portland, which that's one of the locations I was really worried about with the No Kings protest today. We had over 40 in Connecticut, and I scoured the internet. I didn't find anything. I saw that they were protesters there, all like 10 of them, but nothing was violent, which is good. Again, protesting is your right, and I will support that right, as long as you are not violent or impeding on other people's rights. Go protest. Go air your grievances. You don't have to wait for Festivus. But right here, they want to embed. Let me make sure it's updated. Scroll to it right here. They want to embed within the No Kings protest and agitate for violence. Right there. This is coming from Andy No. Liberals and leftists on Reddit before calling it's fake right-wing hoax, laser show, blah, blah, blah. It's all about the Black Bloc, guys. It's no bueno. So right there. And then it goes, a bunch of bad words there, Lib March. This shows that the anti-fascism really looks like. At the bottom of the flyers, the Antichrist A symbol, as well as the Chaos Star. This comes as one of the largest Antifa organization websites. I thought Antifa wasn't a thing. Isn't that what they told us? Antifa's not real. They're not a real organization. Sounds like they had a website. Antifa organizing websites. I guess they are a thing. Has called for Antifa militants to infiltrate the No Kings demonstration planned for Saturday. This is a call for you, yes, you specifically, to organize the anti-authoritarian bloc in your community for the No Kings demonstrations this October 18th, which is today. So far, like I said, nothing is going on. And in fact, coming from, this is also on X, this is from the Super Woke News, which, if you guys didn't realize, it's a spoof. Right, Super Woke News they're pretty based. From coast to coast, the No Kings was an example of a pathetic geriatric waste of time. One of the articles I did find, I think it was coming from MSNBC, they're like, look at all these people! There's thousands of them! And then they literally fact-checked them and said, that's a women's march from 2021. That's got nothing to do with what happened today. It's pretty clear that the baby boomers are addicted to broadcast media and legacy news sources, which explains why these idiots believe that a lot of really stupid shit and their embarrassment to humanity. So No Kings rally in New York this was 5 hours ago, was already ending. It didn't take long. This is the Union Square. People have already dispersed, sat down, or just given up. So me and Mrs. Guru were talking about this, and I think it's just No Kings protest or Antifa fatigue. People are just over it. They just don't care. They're just like, shut up, go away. Again, all the protests, which we had over 40, apparently, here in Connecticut, nothing really happened. Now, it is getting dark out. Thus, that is when the Black Bloc idiots will tend to go and start doing bad things. We'll see. We'll know more tomorrow. Maybe tonight everybody just disperses, goes home because it gets too cold. Remember, these are fair weather protesters. and maybe nothing's going to happen. But if you're out and about tonight, because it is a Saturday night, or you plan on going out after this, be mindful. Keep your head on a swivel. Be careful, etc. All right, now this is coming. I know, that's creepy. I'm sorry to do that to you. Hold on a second. This is somewhat creepy. I shared this. This is from Mr. Guns and Gear. 3 people in masks attempt to break into a home in Alexandria, Virginia, when a widow and her mother were inside. They threatened to kill everyone in the home for roughly 12 minutes and then escaped in 2 vehicles shortly before police arrived. I'm going to play this for you. And here we go. If I can get it to play.
Act like you're serious. Act like you're serious. Open the door! Who is this? Open up the door! Holy make her right inside! Open up the door! Who is it? Open up the door before we make her right inside! Open up the door!
All right, guys, seriously, if you wake up and you have camera systems, right, and someone's beating on your door doing this, they're dressed like that, yeah, it's a little bit unnerving. I'll get you playing in a second, but remember, we are in October, and it looks like these guys raided Spirit Halloween to get their crap to do this. So, is this widespread? No, but this video is definitely going viral, thus be prepared for idiot copycats.
Sadly, we will make our way in somewhere in this house. From the back or the front, it don't matter how it takes. Open the door! Open the door!
Like, this is some stupid TikTok challenge. Look at them. So they're laughing. They're probably just harassing, trying to scare people. Well, that's a threatening move. That's just creepy, just standing there. Trying the doors. All right, so I'm showing you this just because, hey, listen. A lot of people are out getting ready for Halloween, so these costumes are available. They're everywhere. Just remember, you live in Connecticut, and there is nothing you can do about it. Your door should be locked. I hope you have some sort of alarm system, camera systems, because you can't do anything. They are on the outside of your house. You are in the inside. Thus, Castle Doctrine only will activate once they come in forcibly. That being said, that's Connecticut. Other states, well, if you have something like this going on and people are scared, it is a good way for somebody to trick-or-treat some lead to you and end you. So, I'm just letting you guys know, if you got older children, make sure you install in their little heads that this is stupid and don't do it. This is dumb. And there's TikTok trends out there where people do this for clout, this, that, and the other thing. So, again, it's not widespread. This is out of Virginia. But it may end up going viral. I think it already has. And we might see copycats. So, don't freak out if you see this. Also, I want to show this to you guys. A man attending No King's protest in D.C. And you can see a sign. Pretty sure that's threatening. But he looks like he's just, you know, a boomer. I kind of take that as threatening, but we'll see. And of course, I want to show this to you guys. I want to back it up, start it over, make sure it's all turned up. Here we go. This just happened the other day, too.
Stories of countless victims brutally slaughtered by AR-15s. Think back to the children at Uvalde who couldn't be identified by anything other than their shoes because their bodies were so badly mangled. Do we really?
That is one of the talking points they use. Remember during the public hearing for HB 7042, that damned lawyer, I wish I could remember his name. I remember his first name, I can't remember his last name. He looks like the damn goblin from Harry Potter, but anyways. He gave the same line. Behind him, he had some sort of painting of little shoes, and he basically said very similar. I think, I could be wrong, I think he said that the firearm that was used during Uvalde vaporized children at one point. I'm pretty sure he said that. Listen, guys, we all know that that type of firearm literally just shoots a 22 at high speed, but nonetheless, it's a 22. It's tiny. But their talking point is that, you know, it's like using an elephant gun. So let's continue listening to this moron.
We want to be a country where children's bodies are being pulled out of schools mangled because we refuse to take any semblance of action to fight? No, we don't want to be that country. Which is why I commend the efforts of the senators and Congresswoman McBath here today. Because while their Republican colleagues are finding new ways to terrorize transgender children in this country, they're actually taking action to make it safer for kids in the United States of America. I have lived with post-traumatic stress disorder for the last almost 6 years of my life. Next Wednesday will mark 6 years since my shooting happened in Colorado. I was a middle schooler. Being a school shooting survivor robbed me of my adolescence. I didn't get to have normal experiences. I went to 3 high schools because my anxiety was so severe I couldn't sit still in a class. Just in December, I acquired a service dog because my PTSD is still that bad.
This reminds me of, this looks like David Hogg 2.0. That's what it is to me. Now, I'm not trying to make light of her lived experience, using their terminology. But maybe if we harden the schools up and stop making them soft targets, we wouldn't have problems there. The reason idiots go there to do bad things is because a school is a soft target, especially if it's a public school in most states. There are private schools out there that are hardened, and I mean they are really hardened, and nothing ever happens there because that is the epitome of going to FA and you will FO, because they've got armed guards, armed staff, armed office personnel, and the school is literally hardened. It is set up to protect children, which is our most precious commodity. But not according to the public school system. They're like the hell with them. You got people like Murphy that tried to pull SROs out of schools because having a cop in a school is too scary for children. Well, I don't know about you, but when my kids were in school, I'd rather have the cop in the school than the cop 10 minutes away, so when the bad things happen, there's 10 minutes of free play before the first officer shows up. And God forbid the cops that show up are like Uvalde cops where they just stand outside and wait. I'm just saying, that's me. I'm glad, well, my kids were younger and in school. There were SROs everywhere. And me and Mrs. Guru talked about that in this day and age, if our children were younger, we'd probably be homeschooling them. And they would not be in public school, not just because of things like this, but just the whole mentality of the whole thing. All right, let's see what else this nutball's got to say.
And yet, I'm lucky, because my gunmen weren't armed with an AR-15. I had the time to close my door. But if they had, I don't think it would have turned out the exact same. So that is what makes this bill so critical. When you think about, say, the Second Amendment, I urge you to ask yourself Is a piece of paper that was written by slaveholders more important than the kids whose parents didn't even get to recognize them when they were buried? Is it more important than Jessie Gawi, who had a 6-inch hole ripped through her face? Is it more important than Sandy and Lonnie Phillips, who that's their last memory of their daughter? The answer is a resounding no. And while the Republicans in Congress might try to debate this as a political issue, it's not a political issue. You've heard from me, you've heard from Alea, and you've now heard from Matt about the devastating effects of gun violence on your life when you survive it as a young person. We're hearing AR-15s are uniquely dangerous, uniquely damaging, and uniquely need to be regulated and got off our streets. So, support this bill. Today is the day for action. It's not tomorrow. It's not after the...
I can't take anymore. But it's an anti-gun protester screaming, this is just a couple of days ago, for a national assault weapon ban. This individual is very fervent with their idea, and to me they come off as a person that would assert their authority at the barrel of a gun against you to take your stuff away whilst keeping theirs. That's just me. And in case you guys didn't see, this was brand new. It just came out. I saw it. New Connecticut crime data reports show positive trends. Just so you know, the state police have said, and DASP have said, crime's going down in Connecticut. So this is available on SFU's website under the news tab. But annual crime 2024 report, reported deaths, blah, blah, blah. In the first quarter of 2025, the trend continues that crime is going down. You let me know what you guys think. Let me know, do you think crime is going down in Connecticut? Because I'm sorry, but every single time I look at the news, I see a bunch of crime going on. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just super jaded, super black-pilled. Maybe I'm just at that age where I see nothing but the crime. I don't know. But I want to jump over to some of your chats real quick. And let's see what we got there. So you guys hit up the comment section. Let me know what you think about our crime stats. If you think that Connecticut is cooking the books, making our gun crimes and crimes in general look lower than they actually are, you let me know what you think. Viking Queen writes that she loves Mr. B's. Let's see. Howdy. AY says howdy. Simply Benny is now a LARPer. Thank you for becoming a member and LARPing. Let's see. Frothy Milkshake. Do they sell these guns somewhere? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. And of course, what does the turnout look like at these events? I don't know what events you're talking about. Are we talking about the No Kings protest, or are we looking at something else? So, other than that, well, there's no chats. There's not a lot of people. I guess people were busy tonight. There's not a lot of people watching. It is what it is. So, you guys let me know. And again, I'm going to reiterate that we are giving away this, with that, and a sticker. Checkered. This goes to 19, 23, 25, 28, 32. It is checkered, as I said. We got regular black from glockgrip.com, along with a Goals 2025 patch, a one in the chamber patch, a Magpul sticker, and you know what? We're going to throw in, why not? I got a grab bag right here. We'll do a Goat Guns patch with that one. We'll do a Goat Gun patch with that one. And with the other one, we will give, let me see. So with this one, we'll add in this little guy. Right there. Just keep adding things to it. I got a big bag of stuff, so it is what it is. Viking Queen says, talking about the buyback. The turnout for the buybacks. All right, for the frothy milkshake. They're usually huge flops. I know last year, Meriden's gun buyback was a huge flop. They had a gun buyback earlier this year that like nobody showed up for. Just because most people are not willing to get rid of guns that, like me, they could never get again. So I would not be willing to get rid of an older but still functioning AR so I could go buy some anemic fixed mag sad little compliant AR in Connecticut. I would keep my older regular grandfathered in AR. So it is what it is. Let's see. Strapburst 92 says Ted Cruz proposed a bill to harden security, rejected by Murphy, as he said that SROs should be SROs should be replaced with counseling. Yes, Chris Murphy is a damn tool. He was in the news earlier screaming about Trump and being a dictator. This and listen, Murphy doesn't even live here. His wife, his ex-wife, I should say, he lived here, and that's. I know Murphy personally, and it goes back years when he was first running for office. And I've told the story probably many, many, many times. But he was my best friend when I was processing out of the military. And the military at this point in time was known for playing games with people's retirements and disability ratings. And when it came to like medical boards, because that's how I went through a full-blown medical board in Washington, D.C. with lawyers and doctors, and it was nutty. It was like the stuff you see in movies. And I was looking for help because the Navy was, well, dicking me around. And reached out, and Murphy was really interested in helping. And then he got elected. And then no more emails, no more phone calls. Chris Murphy used me as a prop to gain clout. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know that about a month later, this is before Murphy actually stepped into his office and got sworn in, I was ranting to some old guy at a veterans thing. I didn't know who he was. Turns out he was the chief of staff, Joe Lieberman. And Joe Lieberman called me. I talked to him and I explained what was going on. And Joe Lieberman fixed everything in 20 minutes. That's why I liked Joe. I never really agreed with all the politics, but at least he was a straight shooter and I knew what I was getting. Chris Murphy is a two-faced toad. I can't stand him. But that's that. Excuse me. I think Chris Murphy is a tool. In Connecticut, you need to vote better. Get rid of him. Get rid of Blumenthal, who is a lying POS who lied about his service. He is a stolen valor. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to say a bunch of bad words and obviously lose any monetization and probably get flagged for it. So even Rosa DeLore and all our reps here, they're all garbage guys. So we all need to vote better. Just letting you know. All right, it is 2000 on a Saturday night. You all have better things to do, so go forth. Enjoy your evening. And I will see all of you in the next video.